Today we're going to talk about the headaches in cash flow. So most businesses, when you start out, you really live out of your bank account. It's kind of like, what kind of money do I have today? And so then you go and you check your bank balance, and then you're like, well, I have money or I don't have money, and that can function actually really well at the beginning because your clients are paying on time, bills are coming in quicker, or you're small enough that it can all be within the same time frame as when it actually happens. But as you grow, complexities happen. And so that can kind of create a tipping point. And a lot of times you can see this between 5 and 10,000 monthly revenue. It does kind of depend on your industry and the type of clients you have. It may not be, a revenue marker, but perhaps, when you are getting payments, are you allowing clients to pay within 30 days? Um, and do you have payment terms with your vendors? Perhaps it's not cash on demand. Perhaps you can wait 30 or 60 days. And so when you're working out of your bank balance and just kind of figuring that out, it's really looking at the history and all these things that kind of happen. You aren't able to create a plan with that bank balance. So it kind of just all ties in together. In business today, we are using a multitude of apps, which is great because there are some amazing tools out there then that can specifically help you. And what though is important is knowing that when you're using all of these different tools, what can happen is they cannot all talk to each other, and they're creating blind spots in really the visibility of what's happening within your cash flow. You could be using a payroll system, which is a lot of times the heaviest piece of your expenses in a business. And that may not be talking to your QuickBooks. And perhaps you're using a CRM that integrates with your invoicing. And so those items are within this thing, but they're not talking to each other. Everything ties back to your bank balance, but it's those timing differences that are really important. Perhaps you have credit cards that you're spending, and then obviously the bill isn't due for a next 30 days. But it's just really making sure that they integrate within each other, or if they don't, finding that workaround so that you can have one source of truth for all of your financials and can understand the big picture of what's happening within your business. Like I said, you're having invoices that are coming in, and that's telling you when money is here, and then you have your bills going out showing, when money is leaving. And when you are a larger company, you typically will have many vendors, many clients, and managing all of that, it's not logistically possible within your brain or with your memory. And so just creating that one picture is really great. So when you have QuickBooks as your one source of truth, you can really dive in and plan on those reports and plan on what's happening with your money. So fewer surprises happen. It is really important to make sure that when you are using whatever tool you are using, when you receive something in the mail or on your email, when they're invoiced out, that you're putting those due dates for both the customers and for your vendors so that you can create a map and show what the plan is in the future. You can control what is happening. You can forecast out and see if there's going to be dips within your cash. And instead of just being like, oh crap, next week we won't have, we're in a hole of $2,000. Instead of having those surprises, when you're entering information and entering in those due dates, you can plan it and really understand what's coming ahead and pivot if you need to. QuickBooks isn't just bookkeeping, it's really, when it's maintained correctly, it's your cash flow command center. So yeah, that was just a very quick overview of cash flow. At All Accounting, though, we do go and dive deeper with you. We make sure that you have processes and procedures, and we can help with creating those if you don't have them. We can fine tune them if there are some red flags being thrown up. You're still feeling that like your cash, like you have all of these processes in line for your accounting team and all of your sales reps, but for whatever reason, you're still just always constantly feeling tight on cash. There's different areas where we can really dive in and look at those things with you. We can help you understand the reports that your One Source of Truth QuickBooks is showing you, which can be really helpful because great, you're putting information in there, but who knows how to read it? It takes some time to really understand the financial language and what that information is showing. So we really do try and help business owners with that clarity because when you know your numbers, you can own your future.